Greetings, friends. Oh, wow. Several new bills are being pushed through Congress right now, and Democrats and Republicans have proposed legislation that will help millions of Americans that are experiencing financial difficulties. The lawmakers want to send at least one more relief check to Americans. Friends, please make sure you watch until the end of this video to learn more about this new financial aid. Also, I will be giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Friends, do make sure that you enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos. Then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you leave a comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. During the months of November and December, I will be surprising several of you with $200 gift cards to say thank you so much for being part of this community. Now, friends, as inflation continues to climb, making it much harder for Americans to afford things like rent, energy, or food at the grocery store, much of the focus has been on the Federal Reserve. That is because the central bank is tasked with keeping prices stable. For many months now, the Fed has been trying to bring inflation under control by aggressively raising interest rates, which effectively makes borrowing money much more expensive. By doing so, the Fed is trying to reduce consumer demand, which should eventually lead to slower price growth. The Fed's policy is the main and most influential factor, but many economists say there are ways that Congress can help tackle inflation, which is up 8.2% from just a year ago. Lawmakers have already passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which includes provisions that would cut the cost of prescriptions, provide tax credits to encourage the use of renewable energy, and also impose a 15% minimum tax on the profits of large corporations. Congress also passed the CHIPS Act, which President Biden has said would help alleviate rising costs by boosting the country's ability to manufacture semiconductors and strengthening the domestic supply chain. With the economy top of mind for millions of voters ahead of the midterm election next week, there will be great pressure on lawmakers to help Americans cope with these rising prices. But economists say most fiscal policies that Congress could pass would be longer-term solutions. There are several ways that Congress could take action and address rising inflation for the American people. Rising housing costs have been a major contributor to overall inflation. Shelter prices make up 30% of the Consumer Price Index. That is a key measure of inflation. Housing prices soared earlier in the crisis as more people shifted to working from home, and record low mortgage rates led to potential buyers who flooded the market. Economists say that easing local regulations could help increase the supply of available homes by allowing more spaces to be converted into residential properties, or by making it easier for builders to construct new homes. This could in turn lead to lower prices as supply is better able to meet demand. Dean Baker, a senior economist at the Center of Economic and Policy Research, has stated that Congress could offer grants to local governments to encourage a conversion of empty office spaces into residential homes. Michigan Democratic Senators Debbie Stabenow and Gary Peters have previously introduced legislation that would create a 20% tax credit for expenses to convert office buildings into residential or commercial properties. Senators Amy Klobuchar, Rob Portman, and Tim Kaine have also proposed legislation that would provide funding to localities to develop plans to build more homes and remove local barriers to housing development. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Steeper medical care costs have also been a significant driver of overall inflation. In addition to cutting the cost of prescriptions, the Inflation Reduction Act also includes provisions that would lower the cost of health insurance. There are many economists that say the policies aimed at expanding the labor force could help tamp down inflation. Thousands of companies have struggled to deal with worker shortages during the crisis, which has led to higher labor costs and and made it harder to supply goods and services. According to one economist, Congress could also pass legislation that would encourage people to save more money, which could lower consumer demand and spending. The lawmakers are already considering expanding the Savers Tax Credit, which can be claimed by low and moderate income taxpayers who contribute to a retirement account. Senators Ron Wyden and Mike Crapo have introduced the Enhancing American Retirement Now Act, which would include several upgrades to the Savers Tax Credit. This legislation would make the tax credit refundable and deposit it directly into a worker's IRA or 401k account, rather than lump it into a tax refund. So, my dear friends, what are your thoughts on these new proposals? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my amazing and beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me here every day when I post a new video. The winner of today's Walmart gift card giveaway is Deborah De La Cruz. Congratulations, my dear friend. To claim your gift card, please remember to check your notifications page and send me an email, or you can message me on my Facebook page. Thank you, my friends, and have a wonderful and blessed weekend.
Good morning, everyone. And a good morning it is. I'm so excited and so grateful to President Biden for the Build Back Better vision that he has put forth. But what I want people to know is that this bill is for you. If you're a woman with children at home and want to return to the workforce, if you have people with disabilities at home and need home health care, if your children are little and you want universal pre-K, children learning, parents earning, if someone is sick in your family, you need family and medical leave paid, the list goes on. If your family needs economic assistance, the Biden tax credit, but it's the child tax cut, really. It's a big middle class cut in taxes. So again, it's about the children. And I'm so excited as to how transformative it is. Our members, our committees are working feverishly and diligently, some observing, and we respect that and wish them Happy New Year. Others moving forward as others, they take turns, and we will be ready to fulfill the president's vision. I'm so proud that when the president passed the very important, and the Senate passed the very important infrastructure bill, they recognized that was not the totality of the president's vision. That was important, and we will pass that legislation. But we can only do so as we recognize that if we're going to build back better, we have to do so including many more people, starting with women, who took the biggest hit in the COVID. More than 4 million women could not go to work. Their children couldn't go to school. They didn't have childcare. They couldn't afford it. It wasn't readily available. They may have had a sick parent or a sibling with a disability. Now we will correct that.